Eventually, Paul says, for who has known the mind of the Lord? Do you really know what is in his mind? I tell you, I'm 80 now, 80-some now. Even at 80-some, I still say the same thing. Who has known the mind of the Lord? I found the land, build a house. Eventually for writing also to escape the cold weather, the winter weather. When you are older, the winter becomes harsh and harsh. Eventually, through the fellowships of brothers, extended, that there can be a group of brothers coming. Of course, I was considering, can you do it? Because whether the government would understand it. So we could invite ourselves into problems. But anyway, I began to laugh. Everybody at the age of 80-some, they look for tomb field, where to bury. I'm at 80-some, I'm building a big house. You say, how long are you going to enjoy it? I don't even care. If Lord told me to do so, I follow. I follow what the Lord has told me. So I say, Lord, I don't know your mind. You may take me faster. You may prolong my life, but that's your mind. We don't decide for you. We don't say, you're 80-some, you're useless. You say, oh, brother, you're going to live 103. I say, I don't know. How do I know? But I don't know the mind of the Lord. Neither do I want to be his counselor. Means neither do I want to tell him what you ought to do. How many times you are a counselor of God? Do you get my point? You're a full-timer now, right? As a full-timer, you become a counselor of God. God, you should do this. God, you should do that. God, this is the way. God, that is the way. Here he says, no, who has become his counselor? Have you ever advised what God should do? Don't say that. Did you pray for your exam? The harsh one. You're bright. So you pray. That's your counselor, right? Lord, make sure I pass. Lord, make sure I'm okay. Lord, make sure what? You are telling the Lord what to do. I tell you, Lord like that pray. Because in prayer, you have fellowship with him. Otherwise, you forget about him. So he will raise up all the situations for you. Say, Lord, take care of me in this way. Lord, take care of me in that way. So that you can have his presence. And he can enjoy you. Just like the mom cook for the kids. You ask mom, are you tired? He says, yeah. Are you happy? Yeah. Why are you happy? Because now, with the food, the kids are coming home. We can eat together. You enjoy that. You see, more than that. You cannot tell God what to do. And who has first given to him and shall be repaid to him. Many times, you full-timers, we full-timers, we tell God, God, I've given myself to you. That's first given to him. Lord, then you take care of me. God will laugh. What a joke. Even you're not a full-timer, do I take care of you? What a difference. But oftentimes, we will say, Lord, now I offer this to you. Please repay me. Right? Isn't there such a verse? You give a little and you'll be rewarded a lot, 100-fold. How many fold? Do you have that? So many times you say, Lord, I give this to you. Please give me a lot. Please give me a lot. Lord says, no, you never give anything to me. When I see God, when I see the Lord, I say, Lord, I love you. He says, no, I make you love me. No, I say, Lord, I consecrate my life to you. He says, no, I cause you to consecrate yourself to me. I don't owe you a thing. You owe me everything. But isn't that a joy? And suppose we say, Lord, let's bargain. I'm serving you full time. Pay me $2,000, $3,000 a month. Isn't that pitiful? You never give to him. Do you love him? Why you love him? Your answer is, the Lord has caused me to love him. Do you get my point or not? I have no ability even to love him. But for some reason, I loved him because he caused me to love him. Oh, this is marvelous. No one give to him, ask him to repay. Then eventually he concluded, for of him, that is the base. Through him, that is the process. To him or unto him, that is ending. His beginning, his process, his ending are all things. Do you get my point or not? Do you get my point or not? Brother, let me say this. When I was born, could you believe? My brother and my mother just had my brother. Quickly, he is expecting. So he doesn't believe there's another baby. So he sees a Chinese doctor. Doctor says, "Oh, you have something bad in you." So he gives him all the medicines to kill whatever it's there. You know, it's not a boy because he doesn't know you have a baby. He doesn't believe it's a baby. Just all the medicine, clean up everything. My mother used to say, "See, I just couldn't believe how come you just have such a marvelous life. You are not supposed to be here." Until finally, my mother doesn't know what to do. He went to a Western doctor. The doctor says, "What are you talking about? You're expecting." So, I'm happy, Lord, you give me my life. I was supposed to die before I was born, but you have kept me. Then my mother always say, "Son, out of 8 kids, you are peculiar. You have all kind of funny sickness." I was very young and short of breath. I have asthma, real bad asthma. My mother said, my asthma was so bad, they don't know what to do about it. At that time, you don't have these things, blower, this kind of things that you can breathe in. It's just hard. He said, "I'm surprised you grow up, you're fine." And I got a kind of, the skin has a white spot. I don't know how to call that. It's very, very common. How do you call that? Yeah, it's growing from here. In the beginning, my mother says, "Oh, this kiss is interesting." Like, for some reason, a white spot come up. Then it began to develop, right? Come to my hand and those sorts. Then come to here. Did you realize? Come to here. You just think about it. If keep on coming up, when I minister, people are going to look at my face. Come to here, stopped. Why? The Lord says, "I want you to have some sickness so you can trust in me. I want to only come to here so it won't frustrate your ministry." You can't believe. You can't believe how the Lord works. Everything you have to say, "Lord, everything's of you, good or bad, happy or not happy, encourage or discouragement. But everything is of you." You say, "Lord Jesus, I'm thankful everything's of you." Amen. Everything is through you. I go through a process. Some processes are so encouragement. Some processes are so hard. But it's very encouragement. It's very hard. Lord will say, "Everything through me." Amen. Do you know there's not one thing happened to you by coincidence? Everything happened, if you are pure, become a blessing. Everything's of him and through him. You are so good, right? Don't believe in that. You have to say, "Lord, through you, through you. I have a marriage, have to be through you. I have my future, have to be through you. I have my future coming family life, have to be through you. I have whatever, have to be through you. Lord Jesus, everything's of you and through you. If without you, it's in vain. Without you, it's in vain. Everything's of him and through him. After all the through him, you become mature, solid. Then at the same time, you can say, "Praise the Lord." Praise the Lord. Why? It's unto him or to him. I like to have such a life. Do you want to have such a life? I want to tell the Lord, "Lord, I live in your wisdom. And I live in your knowledge. In my life, it's under your judgment. In my life, it's under your way. Nobody can be the counselor, and even I myself cannot be my counselor. I want to tell you, Lord, I'm off you. You initiate. I'm through you. You take every step of my life. Eventually, I hope, brother, this one thing I ask you, if you can pray for me. When I go to see him, it is unto him. I say, Lord, I live a life for you. But there's nothing, one thing I can boast. Not one thing I can give honor to myself. I have to say, everything, God, is in you. This is the depths of riches of your wisdom and knowledge.